What up, two teammates here. Now, one company that I thought had a really decent year has, of course, been Fox. Now, if you guys don't know, they have been brought up by Disney and everything. But Disney, aside and all, Fox has some pretty decent stuff, get released this. But it's still weird that that 20th Century Fox, they call them 20th Century Studios, and Searchlight, they just call it Searchlight Picture. I just find that a little odd. But that aside, there is some really decent movies from Fox this year. So, with that being said, all right. With that being said, here are my top 10 favorite 2021 movies from Fox. All right. Coming in at number 10, I'm going to go with the horror film The Nighthouse. Now, this film, of course, premiered all the way back in August, and it starred Rebecca Hall, who, of course, I got to see in person. Went to like being interviewed for having like a Q&A for a movie Passing. I mean, she kind of looks pretty, very pretty in real life. Anywho, now if you guys don't know much about, The Night House, it stars Rebecca Hall, who plays Beth, who is like reeling from the unexpected death of her husband, and she's left at like this lakeside home that he built for her, and she tries the best as she can to keep it together. But of course, disturbing visions of the present in the house, call for her back in with a ghostly ally, and she also ends up finding Trace like pretty much finding out that her husband wasn't too faithful for her as well. This is really creepy. I mean, it's directed by David Bruckner, who of course is giving us that, who is of course giving us a new Hellraiser movie next year, which I'm excited for that one. I think this was a really intriguing horror film. Great performance by Rebecca Hall, who I thought really shined in this. I mean, I love Rebecca Hall. Ever since I saw her in Vicky Cristina Barcelona, I've been a fan of her since. And she was so good in this one. You had some other decent supporting players as well, but Rebecca Hall really shined this. And technically, this is still a Disney movie, so Disney doing a horror film, okay, that's usually rare right there. All right, coming in at number nine. At number nine, I'm gonna go with the film Antlers. Now, this is of course a film that Guillermo del Toro was producing, starring Felicity herself, Carrie Russell. And if you guys don't know much about this story, it's about like the small town Oregon teacher and her brother, who's the local sheriff, played by Jesse Plemons, discover this young student is harboring a dangerous secret, and there's of course a creature harboring in the forest and stuff. I mean, I forgot to do my review for this back in when I first saw this movie, but it is actually really decent. It is really creepy, great effects. Carrie Russell is terrific in this. You had Jesse Plemons was great. The one who plays the kid is terrific. It's a really good creepy film. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely go watch it. All right, number eight. I'm gonna go with Summer So. Now, this is of course a documentary from that is directed by Questlove. This movie was released in both Hulu and Deers the exact same week. And of course, this is about the summer of the. It's pretty much over the course of 6 weeks during summer 1969, where thousands of people attend Harlem's Cultural Festival to celebrate Black history, culture, music, and fashion stuff. And it's a really intriguing feature. You of course see like footage of. It's pretty much like a concert-based film, and you of course see footage from the likes of Stevie Wonder, Mariah Jackson, Nina Simone, Sly and the Family Stone, the Chamber Brothers. It even features like interviews with folks such as Lin-Manuel Miranda, Chris Rock, etc. And Questlove, I'm really intrigued to see Questlove direct another film because I think he did a great job with this. The cinematography was really decent. Obviously I was the '60s was way ahead of my time, but it did have some really decent '60s, '60s style music, and it's an intriguing music documentary. So if you guys haven't seen it, it's on Hulu. Definitely give it a go. All right. Number five, I'm gonna go with Ron's Gone Wrong. Now, this year was pretty much the year of devices, going terribly wrong, and between Mitchell versus Machine, Ron's Gone Wrong. Now, Ron's Gone Wrong, I thought was a terrific anime film. Of course, this is actually on both HBO Max and Disney Plus, the exact same day. The voices includes the likes of Jack Dylan Grazer, Ed Helms. You had Zach Galifianakis was in this. Some really great voices. Of course, Zach Galifianakis voices the robot, while Jack Dylan Grazer voices the kid here. The effects is great. It's entertaining, cute, charming. Still a shame it flopped in the box office. I mean, it made only about 60.4 million. Should have done a little better, but it is what it is, I guess. All right, number six, I'm gonna go with The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Now, this is of course a Searchlight film, but technically it is also from Fox too. So yeah, but now of course this is about the famed televangelist of Tammy Faye Baker and her husband Jim, and it stars Jessica Chastain, who does such a great job here. Andrew Garfield's terrific. Michael Showalter did a really good job directing this. It's a shame that more people still haven't seen it because it's a really terrific film. I never knew much about Tammy Faye Baker or her husband before I saw this film, but I still thought this was a really remarkable film. Andrew Garfield, while his best performance of the year is still maybe Tick Tick Boom, he was still really solid in The Eyes of Tammy Faye. And Jessica Chastain, I'll be shocked if she doesn't get an Oscar nomination for this because she was terrific, but we'll see what happens there. All right. Number five, I'm going to go Wes Anderson's The French Dispatch. Of course, next year, his next film is this movie called Asteroid City with Scarlett Johansson, Bill Murray, Tom Hanks, etc. But man, French Dispatch is a really intriguing film. Different, really cool stories. What great cast, from Timothy Chalamet to Saoirse Ronan, Bill Murray, Owen Wilson, Jason Schwartzman, the Fonz himself, Henry Winkler. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's a great voice cast. And it's really intriguing. It's very funny. It's quirky. It's what you expect from a Wes Anderson film, Okay, so. And of course, Wes Anderson has always directed movies from from the company of Fox Searchlight, and here is no exception. He did a great job with the movie. So if you guys haven't seen it, I'm not sure we can find it now. But it should be on DVD pretty soon, so definitely give it a go. All right. Number four, I'm going to go with The Last Duel. Now, The Last Duel is, of course, directed by Ridley Scott, and it's an intriguing medieval film starring Matt Damon, Adam Driver, Ben Affleck. Really decent film. Great performances by Affleck, by Driver. The action is great. Jodie Comer was, of course, terrific. Great storyline. I mean, I probably still prefer Gucci over this, but it's still a really decent film. And I know, sadly, the movie did not do so well in the box office, and we already know that Ridley Scott is blaming millennials for it. But hey, gotta blame someone if your movie doesn't do well, right? All right, number three is another Guillermo del Toro film, and that is, of course, Nightmare Alley. Now, this movie is so awesome. Starring, Bradley Cooper, William Dafoe, Kate Blanchett, Rooney Mara. It is so, it's terrific. It's creepy, great effects, great score. I think this might get some Oscar love. We'll have to wait and see. But it is a really decent film. Not really Guillermo del Toro's best work or anything. I mean, it's not as good as, let's say, Shape of Water, but it's still a really decent film. Can't wait to see Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio movie next year. That comes to Netflix, so we'll have to see how that turns out. But, yeah, Nightmare Alley is a really decent one. All right, number two, I'm going to go with Free Guy. Of course, Ryan Reynolds playing pretty much like a video game character and all. This one also has Jodie Comer in it. It is so fun. Directed by Sean Levy. It's really funny, entertaining, great, some really cool cameos. Bit of a spoiler, but cool cameos from Alex Trebek to Channing Tatum, Chris Evans. Talk about cameo galore on us. It's definitely a really decent one, and I'm hoping we do get a sequel. They did, Sean Lee did talk that a sequel is in the works, but we'll have to wait and see if it gets greenlit or not. But man, Free Guy is so good. If you haven't seen it, I believe it's coming to Disney Plus in February, if I'm not mistaken. So give it a go. All right, my number one favorite Fox movie of the year is none other than Steven Spielberg's West Side Story. I mean, what more can you ask for this one? It is remarkable. Rachel Zegler was terrific as Maria. Aria Debos, who I think might actually win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress, she was so good. I know it's been awkward to talk about him and stuff like that. But Ansel Elgort is terrific. Rita Moreno. I mean, the music is great. Uh, I'm still not sure if I really prefer over the original, to be honest here, but it is still a really decent film. Great music, great performances, some really decent set pieces. It's Spielberg after all, and he did a great job with this movie. So if you guys haven't seen the new West Side Story, it's in theaters now. Go watch it. Pretty sure it's going to get some Oscar love pretty soon, so we'll see how it faces at the Oscars. But that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 10, The Nighthouse. 9, Antlers. 8, Summer's Soul. 7, Ron's Gone Wrong. 6, The Eyes of Tammy Faye. 5, The French Dispatch. 4, The Last Duel. 3, Nightmare Alley. 2, Free Guy. And number 1 is West Side Story. Now, there's loads of other ones I probably could have added. Technically, Vacation Friends, the new John Cena movie, that's brought by Fox, but it went to Hulu, so I can technically count that. What else we got here? Definitely not Home Sweet Home Alone. That movie sucked. Definitely not The King's Man. That movie sucked. Definitely not The Woman in the Window. That movie sucked. But there's some. Okay, maybe they didn't do everything good this year, but there's some really decent films that Fox put out this year that was really trading. Anyway, let me lead you guys. What are some of your favorite movies from Fox, or as they say, from Searchlight, or studios and stuff like that? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Tim Steiner.